Why, Candace, where have you been? Where have you been? You've been seen in action. Yes. Let's talk about it. Well, hi, YouTube fam. And you know, it's Candace Lynn. And if you're new to my channel, this is my channel called Carry On Candace, where I just talk about random stuff. You know, I have ADHD. I always used to say live in silver and solo in my 50s, but today, this is the year. This is the year. The year, is that the golden anniversary? I don't know. This year, I'm going to be entering a whole new decade, I guess is what you'd call it. I'm going to be 60. Yeah. Just can't believe it. Just can't believe it. Don't feel 60. My mind, I feel like 25. And my kids say, no, because my kids are, one's in his 30s and one's in her late 20s. Drinking a little water with some diet cherry in it. And look at, oh my gosh, they liked me. They put extra lemons and lime and cherries in there. And what I do is I get water and I have them put diet cherry in it and with all my fruit, and it's kind of like a cherry limeade, but without the Sprite, you know, because I haven't been drinking soda. But I've lost, I think, almost 20 pounds. And I got new glasses. Not really sure of these glasses. Kind of let my hair grow out too. Not really sure about these. I like them. And they're big. But I don't know. They kind of give me that Sally Jesse Raphael vibe. And if those of you who don't know who, you might have to Google her, because like she's in her 90s now, but she was a talk show host when I was a kid, I think, or young. Anyways. So yeah, these new glasses, and of course my beautiful Larry Levine jacket that I got at Goodwill.com for $12.99. I mean, it cost me more to have it dry cleaned than it did to buy it. And I mean, it looks brand new. Anyways, I have another faux fur coat that I got on the shop Goodwill.com, and I think I got it for less than 12. Anyways, it's really old, and it's a little snug on my chest, so I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I think I might sell it in my booth. And but anyways, right now I am going to my storage unit for 2026. I rented a storage unit. Now, I've heard people say, I don't do storage units, you know, that's a waste of money. But I've got to get some stuff out of my house, okay? And, you know, it's just me and my 4 dogs and all my stuff. And another thing that I'm doing this weekend, I've been watching a lot of decluttering videos. I do this every time this year, but this year is the year. This year, I am going to do this. I'm going to get this stuff out of my house. But I've been watching a lot of decluttering videos. And, you know, if you have ADHD, you totally get the whole, you know, stuff thing. And, you know, I can't say I'm going to sell everything in my booth, but I do. But anyways, and so I have been watching Cast the Clutter Bug, and I also watch another one every now and then. There's one I used to watch, and I don't like her anymore. I don't know what happened, but my phone just went kaput. So anyways, so yeah, I got my Sonic water. I am going to my booth, or no, I'm not going to my booth. I know, this card has so many cameras on it and tells me all the, you know, don't back up. You got somebody coming beside you. I'm just not used to all this modern technology. Well, decluttering, which I usually do this time of year, every year I declutter, and then I fall off the wagon, and then, you know. But anyway, so I'm dropping some stuff. My truck is full, so I'm going to drop some stuff off at my storage unit. But that's what I was saying. I rented a storage unit. I've never rented a storage unit in my life, and I rented one because I thought, you know, everybody says, oh, don't do that. That's a waste of money. Well, you know what? I got to get some stuff out of my house so that I can get some, I just got to get some organization. So I'm not going to rent it for very long. hopefully not. And but just so I can get some stuff moved around, and and I still think about selling my house, and I don't know, I might do that, and then I might get me a camper and go on the road. I don't know, I'm almost 60, and I'm just, how much life do I have left, So I'm just got all these ideas. So, anyway, so I am in no spend January this month. I've done okay. I've not done brilliant. And, of course, just, no spend January. You just only spend on the necessities, and you try not to spend a lot of money out. And I had a little bit of money kind of stockpiled, kind of stuck back for like fun money in case I wanted to go out to eat or something like that. So I have that. And I'm not just totally blown it. I've been paying my bills. Got one of my credit cards just almost really completely paid off. I paid them all off this time last year, and then I just read them up again. It's the nature of the beast. So, like I said, I'm trying to get in. I'm in this new, I'm getting rid of stuff. It's all about me this year. I'm not going to worry about everybody around me. My kids, they got their own lives, and I've just kind of been thinking differently. But still doing my funeral work. The funeral director, the bright and cheery funeral director that I am. Oh, and another thing I'm doing this weekend, and I may do some content on it. That's going to be interesting as well. I rented a dumpster. I thought that was another thing I thought was that was silly. That's kind of a waste of money, to get a dumpster, just to throw stuff away. But, we got a new trash thing, and, my old trash company, they used to let me I could just put anything, and they would just haul anything off. This new trash company, they're just a little bit more picky, and they won't let you just throw anything away. So that's kind of the deal around here. You rent a dumpster, and they park it in front of your house for like 3 days. Well, actually, the guy said he would bring it to me Friday, and he would pick it up Tuesday. And he said, but if it's full, you call me, and I'll come dump it in, and I'll bring it back. And I said, well, I don't have that much stuff. I have some stuff out in my yard that, like, when they put my driveway in and stuff, just like pipes and just metal and old pots that I had plants in that are broke, and just stuff that just needs to be thrown away. I think I would be a lot happier with less stuff. So that's what's been going on with me. No spend January. I rented a storage building. I know that probably is our storage unit. I know that's probably not real exciting for anybody, but for me it's exciting because I've never rented one. And I have already found that it's been very helpful, because when I was going to some auctions last year, but basically November, December, I had to haul it all back in my house, and it was in my car. And anyway, so I just stop at it on my way home. It's between my job and my home, and I stopped there, and like I said, I went to my booth last night, and I unloaded put some stuff in here, and to put some stuff in the booth, and then I will go because my truck don't hold a lot. Anyway, so that's what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to stop and do that. So that's what's been going on with me. So, because I do kind of have a little bit of a shopping problem, but I still pay my bills. Still, I still exist. But I'm really trying to just declutter my whole life. Not just all the junk in my life, but just declutter my whole life. I don't know. I've been really I guess when you start, I'm turning 60, and new life, new story. I don't know. Okay, so this is my storage building. I really did not intend on getting one big. I kind of messed up. I thought I got the bigger one with the small door, but I actually got the smaller one with the big door. So let's open this bad boy up. Well, it would help to unlock it, Candace. Oh, voila. Okay, so it's not very organized. All those books I got for $10 at a auction. So it's not real organized. I did move some Christmas stuff in here the other day. These pictures I got all these pictures at a auction. You can see they had $10 each on them. So I did take some pictures already. Those I'm going to kind of save for the summer because they're more of a tropical theme. You can see my truck is full. Always. There's always something in it. And that's just how I roll. And then I have stuff in the back too. These chairs I haven't sold in my booth, so I decided to take them out. The only thing about my little, I wish I had stuff to, I need to get me some shelves or something in here where I can hang stuff on them. Hang it up, get it off the ground. But yeah, those chairs are coming out because they didn't sell. Okay, that is 4 totes of Christmas stuff that did not sell, or there was decorations in my booth. Christmas stuff that came out. There's one of my Christmas trees that was in there. There's another one in one of those boxes. I'm going to show you this thing. This is so awesome. I got this at an auction, and all these threads. Look at these. They probably wouldn't even be worth anything. But spool holder. But I love it because see, it tilts. But I use spool holders in my booth to I display rings on them, and I'm going to use this one to put like rings for your fingers and some necklaces, and I like how they tilt. I thought, oh, that's cool. So this is like one you would mount on a wall, but I do have one that's just a small one that I got at Walmart and has stands on it. Hey, well, I see I don't have a very big bed on my truck. So these are shelves that I use in my booth. See, it's not a very big one. It's big enough for me, and I can always move up a size, but I'm ready to get some. And there you have it. Candace has a storage unit. I mean, I know people have storage units all the time, but it's something I've never had, and I always thought it was kind of a waste of money. But since I've been in this decluttering mood and trying to get stuff moved around and out, and then I've been doing so much auctioning and buying stuff at auctions, and I said, you know, I'm just gonna do it, and I did it, and I have one. Now, like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. I don't know. It just depends on, I don't know. Depends. So, anyways, storage unit. It's like I said, it's not a big one. I thought I got the one with the little door that was, anyways, I got it here, and it's one of those you do online. And you pull up to it, and it's like, oh, cool, there's a storage unit. And then I was like, I think I was supposed to have one with a small door. I opened that and I was like, well, maybe it's best that I have this one. So, hey, storage unit, okay? So, Cass from Clutterbug, if you should happen to catch any of my videos, you started this, okay? Now, I don't know about you talking about storage units, but until I get my house decluttered, that's where all my auction stuff is going to go, okay? So, here we go. Picture. And I'm going to pull these off because I need to drive, and I don't drive real good with my glasses on because I mainly need them to like see up close. So, make things bigger. And I can see cars. But one of the auctions, like I showed you all them pictures, I had bought buku's a bunch of pictures. And one of the pictures I bought, I was just really surprised when I pulled it out of my storage building the other day because I really didn't pay much attention to it. I think the whole lot, it was like $10, and I had probably 20 pictures, 20 framed art decor pictures. And so anyways, I got it out yesterday and seen that it's a print of a Glenda Turley picture, and I think those are like they were real popular with home interior years ago because I used to have some Glenda Turley photos and pictures and stuff, but I didn't have any. Anyways, this one was actually signed by the artist, and there's a paper on the back of it, the certificate of authenticity. I get tongue-tied. Anyways, it said it was that one picture that was framed was 1803, so it was 1803 of 5,000 that had been signed. So, and that's pretty good. Yeah. So, anyways, I did a comp on it. I use an app called Curio, and it kind of gives me an idea. It's kind of like an AI app, and it kind of is. I know some people use Google Lens and stuff like that, but I've been using Curio. I've been getting some really good comp prices and stuff on there. And I mean, the cheapest one I found online or that had sold was like $120. So anyways, I don't know if it will sell for that much. I mean, you gotta love Glenda Turley, and it's pictures of magnolias. I mean, not that I would be just like jumping up and down for it, but you know, the right person is going to come in there and buy it. You know, somebody's out there might love Glenda Turley photos and they want to print with her signature on it. So, hey, I have it for them. You know, put your money in my pocket. I'm a poor girl here. I need some extra money. But anyways, so yeah, that was pretty exciting when I pulled that out yesterday, and I was like, I have a really cool chair and ottoman that I had bought at one of those auctions, and it would match the colors in that picture really good. So I don't think I'm going to get the chair and ottoman there today. That may be tomorrow's. That may be what I have to do tomorrow. I was going to go to church tonight, but they didn't have services tonight, so I guess I probably just need to go home and price stuff. That's what I need to do. But anyways, I have totally missed you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for touring my storage unit. It's the little things in life that make you happy. And so, but I'm glad, you know, hey, like I said, it's a place to put my auction stuff. And then this weekend, I'm doing my dumpster. I texted my sister and I said, I'm having a dumpster party this weekend. You want to come over? And she goes, what is that? I said, well, I rented a dumpster and I'm going to put crap in it, you know, put stuff in it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I've missed you guys. I'm hoping to get back. I will get back into making videos again, making content for YouTube. I've been kind of just in one of those slumps, but we've been busy at work, and you know, it takes a lot out of me. And I don't know if I had told y'all before, but I did my first, you know, I call myself a celebrant. So if you would like me to marry you or do your funeral, I can do that. Well, I would have to be, you know, licensed in your state to do your funeral, but I'm a celebrant. I'm not like a preacher or pastor or anything. And so I did my first funeral a few weeks ago, and it was, I believe I did a really good job, you know, and but I met with the family before that, and we kind of went over some things, and it was a non-religious. They wanted nothing reference to God, and which that's hard, you know, for someone like me, but that's okay. You know, I'm a celebrant. I want to celebrate the life of your loved one, and so I think I did a really good job, and they loved it. The family loved the sermon I did, and well, I guess you would really call it a sermon. I don't know what you call it, but anyways, it went really well, and I had people come up to me and tell me it was really good, and I did try to tone myself down. I didn't wear like the bright glasses or anything, but so I was really excited that I did it. So I've told my boss I would like to do more if anybody would like, you know, me to do them. I mean, now, you know, like I said, they didn't want nothing religious, nothing, you know, no prayers, no nothing. And that's fine, you know, I mean, we all coexist. And I did use a lot of quotes. I used some quotes, like Dr. Seuss was my favorite quote that I used. And if you are familiar with, don't be sad because it's over, be happy because it happened, you know, or smile because it happened, you know. And so that's one of my favorites. So I used that quote. I used a couple of other quotes too. So anyways, so I was really excited. So that's my new adventure. I am a celebrant, Candace Lynn. And so I was kind of hoping I'd get to marry my great niece in the fall, but she already had somebody to marry her. So that was kind of sad. I was kind of bummed because I really kind kind of wanted to do that, but you know, I mean, you know, I get it. She already had somebody else picked out. So, but that's okay. But my chance will come. I'll marry somebody. I just wanted to marry her because I watched her come into the world. Anyways, but yeah, so that's my, of course, I've got to get registered for that, but I can do funerals. If you'd like me to do your funeral or your wedding anytime in the near future, just let me know. I'm glad to do it for you. Okay, so, all right, I'm almost home, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks for joining me.